getting those lasers done and, PDRN, which is the salmon sperm. We do a lot of that.
Wait, what is
And
that? You just said salmon sperm?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
Polynucleotides.
Tell me about salmon sperm. And I will only refer to it as salmon sperm.
Okay.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to Shut Up, Tell Me More. Today's guest is no stranger to the spotlight. You know her from The Real Housewives of Dallas, but off camera, she's been a nurse for over 20 years. She is a powerhouse in the world of aesthetic medicine and the co-founder of one of Dallas's most in-demand plastic surgery and aesthetic practices, Lemmon Avenue. We're talking Botox, business, Bravo drama, and beauty. From the OR to the reunion couch, Cary Deuber has seen it all, and she is here today. I cannot wait to chat with her. Hi, Cary. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. You are stunning, I have to
Oh my
say.
God, thank you.
Like, just
Thank you
so
much.
beautiful. Your work speaks for itself. I mean, I think a
Thank
lot of it's
you.
probably natural, but yes, you are.
Well, yeah, I do as little as possible, but I still want to keep myself, beautiful, but natural is definitely my MO.
I love that aesthetic so much. It's so
Yeah.
important. And unfortunately, it's not always the most popular, but it's the best, I think.
No, I think it's becoming more popular. I'm super excited about it. People are finally starting to be like, okay, maybe I don't want to look like and just completely blown out of,
Yes.
blown up. So like a blow up doll.
That's so good. So you're seeing that trend with your patients?
I have been, yeah. I mean, I
Yay.
think my clientele definitely seek me out because they want more of a natural look.
True.
But I mean, so there is that, right? Still, but I think it's normalizing a little bit.
Well, we're going to get into the world of aesthetics because you are a
Cool.
true expert, and I want to ask you all that. But before, I got to touch on Housewives. I
Yes.
loved watching you on Dallas. Overall, how was the experience?
I mean, overall, crazy. I can't believe I did it. But I will say it was a positive experience. I think that, utilizing the platform was really key for me, for my business and for what I do today. But you take the good with the bad, and I always just try and remember the good.
That's so good. I love that. So when you were deciding to go on the show, was promoting the practice one of your main motivators?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my husband and I, Mark and I were like, okay, if we're going to do this, we need to have something to promote. I didn't go on it to be famous. I didn't go on it to, make new friends, although I did, and some enemies, both at the same time. But we definitely, it was motivated, by our business.
What was it like having the camera in the OR?
Oh, that's easy.
Really?
Yeah, like easy. I could film all day somebody watching me inject, watching me operate. It's more, it's worse to, get stuff thrown in your face by your castmates or something.
True. You're like, give me all the blood.
Operating is much easier.
Yeah. I love that. Well, you were so good. You took both challenges in stride and did such a good job. How did you get cast on the show?
So random. One of my friends gave my name, like completely out of nowhere. I think I was the only one who just had zero experience, on TV and just was like, okay, I guess I'll try this. I think everybody else, kind of had searched it out
Yeah.
or had like media experience.
Was that friend in consideration to be on the cast?
She was, and she filmed with me actually season 1 because they'll film with multiple people, and then especially season 1, sometimes you don't really know who actually the cast is.
Wow. Okay. So I didn't realize that. Once you finally find out, like, this is the final.
Yeah, like we filmed together, and then it ended up she was going to be a friend, I think, and then that didn't happen either. So it kind of, it was a bummer, but I ended up being the full-time cast.
That's amazing for you. I didn't realize
For
that,
3
though,
years.
that like you could be thinking that you're part of the show and then
Yeah.
you're not. Wow. That's so
Yeah.
hard. I don't think people realize.
And until you sign a contract, and even when you do,
Yeah.
that doesn't guarantee, like, you're paid based on how many episodes you air in. and, as that cast member.
I had no clue. Speaking of payment, I know that Bravo is very particular with businesses being shown on air. We have the whole
Sure.
Bethany clause. There are some housewives who have
Mhm.
entire businesses and we don't hear about
Yeah.
it at all. Did you have to deal with any of that?
And I had a really great entertainment attorney
So good. You knew what you were
that I
doing.
paid that I paid for. you
That's
know, again, business, right? Like you want good attorneys in your life, and you want good doctors in your life, and you want those people that are going to help you out. I didn't have any issue with that, but I mean, I know that they do have clauses that cap. If I think if you make a new business or something like that, they could take a percentage, but I think you just,
yeah, you have to figure that out beforehand for sure.
yeah,
Being a housewife is a job and it's a business
it's
for
a job. It
yeah.
is a job, and you need to, handle it as a career, for the time that you're doing it. I mean, there were weeks where I'd film, 40 plus hours, 50, 60 hours, I mean, there are weeks where you're filming a lot.
How did you do that?
Plus I
Cuz
had a job
yeah,
and a
like,
kid.
and not just a job, like a job that you have
Yeah,
to
like
be
a
there for.
career.
Like you are
Yeah.
scrubbing in, you are injecting people, people
Yeah.
are relying on you. It's medical. How did you balance your job, being a housewife, doing yoga, being a mom, like all
My
the
gosh.
things?
To be honest, I have no idea. Like,
Like,
like kind of how I do today, though. Like, I'm a very type A, like triple A person. So I'm always moving, I'm always doing something. Like, I'm very rarely just sitting still. So I think that my personality, did well with that. And
yeah.
I made it work. But I mean, it was tough sometimes. And especially, being out at night and, about not being home with your family. I think that was probably the hardest part. Like, when you have like an event at night that you have to film,
Yep.
because a lot of them were evening. So I'd work all day and then, come home, shower, change, take
And
off my scrub hat and take off my scrubs and put on some housewife, get up.
wait, so speaking of that, I need you to tell the story about when you showed up to the
Oh,
photo shoot in scrubs and everyone
so
else is in
funny.
dresses. So what did you just not
Yeah.
get the memo? Like what happened?
Well,
Tell
I
me.
mean, I think it was like they wouldn't work with my schedule, and this was really early on, and I had to do a bilateral free flap, which that was back in the day when my husband and I were doing reconstructive surgery. Now we just do, cosmetic, and so I had to be at the hospital at a certain time, and they were like, "Well, it's fine, just come, at 2 o'clock, you'll be out of there, whatever." So I was like, "Okay, well." uh, I didn't know. It was for the Dallas Morning News. I thought there'd just be like an interview. I didn't really know. I didn't know what I was doing. I showed up in scrubs, and I'm talking not cute scrubs. Like, this was back before they had, figs and like cute brands. This was like the scrubs that you got out of like from the hospital for free. Wore those to the Dallas Morning News thing, and luckily I had this Lululemon jacket with me. Like, I'm not kidding. It was really cute. I put that on over the scrub, zipped it up, and they if you look at the picture, it cuts the feet off because I literally had on like operating room like clogs,
I'm dying.
full-on
Especially, I
clogs.
mean, that's
And
got to
I
be
had to be in surgery. I was like, no, I'll stop by, but like this is, I think I just didn't know what I had signed up for yet.
that is hilarious. You know what? It shows how authentic you are. And it must have been so hard for you because you're a fashion girly. Like you dress
I
impeccably.
know.
So you must have been like, damn it. Like
Well, you know what? At that point, I was like, my husband, obviously, he loves fashion. I love fashion too. And like now I'm more into it. And I'm more into like, I definitely have my own style.
yeah.
But like that kind of is my style, like during the day to wear like scrubs and like a, cute jacket. But I would have done better.
Yeah, you know what though? But it is so representative of like a working mom that like it's just
It
like
is.
going around like, all right, I'm gonna make this work no matter what. Like Lululemon, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, it's what I had.
That's amazing. It's such a funny
Everybody
story.
else was like full glam, dresses in heels. And I was like, oops.
Like, but were you like in the center? So it's like, all
Yes.
right, maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. That
But
is
I mean, like, that should be, it's reality.
a
Like, I
hundred
kind of,
percent.
no, I think that's how it should be. was always very authentic to who I was, and I'm unapologetic.
Yep, yep, and that's what we love. We love that the most. We
Yeah,
really want to see what your life is like, and that is what your life is like.
that's my
On
life.
that note, in real life, who are you still in touch with from the cast?
Um, Really, Cameron, I helped cast her on the show. I'm in touch with Leanne. We're on good terms and we're friends. Um, they're probably the two that I'm closest with currently.
Wow, who would have ever thunk that like Leanne would be someone that you end
I
up being
know.
friends with? Are you shocked?
Well, we don't like sit around and do each other's hair, but like we're cool. We can work together. Like we've done, TV appearances and stuff like that together. And I think, we know who each other, we understand each other better.
Yeah,
So like now it's like, okay, I get you, you get me. We're very different, and that's okay.
yeah. You filmed.
And I can stand up to her and be like, hey, stop it. And she's like, can, do her thing. It works. It just works.
That's so. I mean, I feel like once you've gone housewives and gone at each other in that way, like your relationship's going to be much more honest because
Yeah.
we
We have a
have.
really great, honest relationship. And Cameron's, also just one of my dear friends. So they're the ones that I'm the closest to.
Oh, I love that. What about in the rest of the Bravo sphere? Is there anyone else that you're in touch with?
Um, we just saw Tamara and Eddie. We just had dinner with them. They're good friends of ours. Just love them so much. They're great people.
Okay, I have to ask about Tamara. So the OC is on right now. They have been teasing
Yeah.
that there is like this massive event that happens at the end that like it's never been seen on Housewives. It's so crazy. Did she spill any of the beans on what
Oh
that
my
could
gosh.
be?
You know what, girl? No, we don't. We didn't even talk about.
I love that.
I mean, just I'm really bad in that I don't really watch it
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
And she had just actually gotten back from Watch What Happens Live, and we were just like catching up on each other's lives and just like all of us chatting. We didn't even get into it.
I'm
So sorry.
I love
I didn't
it.
get
No,
any tea for you. I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay. I'm hoping you'll see her again because I know you
I don't
guys are
even know what.
close.
I don't even really know who's on her cast. I would ask her.
I can
So
give you a
that's
lesson
where we are.
anytime you need. I will give you the full
Okay.
Housewives rundown
Okay.
because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it and the science behind it all. But Tamara just seems like such a real
She's
girl.
cool.
Like what we see
And
is what we
Eddie,
get.
like they're just great people. Really, really good people.
Oh, good. And speaking of work, her work is phenomenal. Like Tamara, like what is age?
She's beautiful. Beautiful inside and out.
Does it drive you crazy being in the business that you are when you see, especially in housewives world and in everyday life in any metropolitan city where you're like, there's so much bad work running around the streets. Does it make you insane?
Yeah, it makes me crazy. I literally like I'm, looking around at people and I'm like I'll go out to dinner and I'll be like, oh, what in the, it's bad. I think that it's correcting, like we talked about. I think that people are maybe figuring out that, doing a ton of filler in your face and, getting you need to choose I think people are finally figuring out you need to choose your providers.
Yes.
You need to choose them wisely.
Yeah. Do people come in and request to like look like a certain celebrity?
I mean, not really. I mean, sometimes patients will bring in an inspiration picture, something like that. And then, if they bring it in to myself or Dr. Deuber, to Mark, then we'll both kind of be like, okay. I usually have the talk with them. Yeah, she's beautiful, but, she doesn't have your bone structure. She's not you. You don't have her head on your body. I can, you know, I just want them to have very realistic expectations. And so I just manage those expectations up front. And I love a good inspo picture, but they need to know that I am not going to make them look completely like someone else.
Yes, it's not a
'Cause I
face-off situation. Like we're not
no,
doing
and
that yet.
I work with the bone structure, and that's like something that's like my forte is I look at the bone structure and I'm like, okay, I can, change either looking at the bone structure, the soft tissue, all of it, and just kind of working together with that. So
Yes, and we're gonna get more because you
I'll
guys
nerd
go.
out. So
Yes, yes, I know. You love. I have a good
I'm
friend
such
that's
a
a judge.
nerd.
Yes, you're like I love the muscular skeleton structure, and I'm like,
Yes, oh my God.
yes.
So
It's amazing. I heard that Mark like brings in all your injectors into a facelift surgery so they could see like
yeah.
what do you call it? Like the
Yeah,
anatomy of
so
the
you can
face?
see all the different planes, right? So there's like, different tissue planes in the face and in the body. So it's really great for injectors and providers, who don't have the surgical background to be able to see the different planes. And because you feel them when you inject, or at least you should, where your cannula is or your needle is, you need to be able to understand the tissue planes.
Yeah. So I feel
Mhm.
like that's what makes Lemon Avenue so special is that you guys really understand the face. It's not just like, oh, you need Botox here. Let's put it where
Right.
you would think. Like, it's not like me doing it color by numbers. Like, it's very much
Right.
like,
Yeah. It's not. Now everybody's different. Like you're looking at somebody, their bone structure could be completely different than mine or yours. And you need to work with that. And there's a lot of considerations and obviously safety considerations as well.
yes. Because what is the worst thing that could happen from a bad injection?
Well, I mean, anything has complications. I mean, you could have something called a vascular occlusion, um, which typically happens if you get filler like inside of an artery. And we have protocols obviously for that, but that's pretty rare. And also knowing which areas to avoid so that you don't have that happen.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes behind it.
So pivoting back to the show, when you
Mhm.
had Lemon Avenue featured, did you see a huge uptick in business?
I mean, definitely. I think anybody who has that kind of platform will see an uptick. Now, whether you sustain that uptick is on you. And we've been off the show for a long time. So I
Yes.
think that like now it's really cool. People used to come up to me and be like, "Oh, you're Carrie and Mark." They'd come up to us, "You're from Real Housewives of Dallas." And now they come up to us and they're like, "Oh, you're a plastic surgeon." And
Like,
you're an injector. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, finally." So like I think that it's it you get this amazing platform, but if your product and what you're doing is not up to par, like you will see, and I'm sure you've seen that with other
yes.
businesses in housewives, they're not going to make it and it's
No.
not going to help long term. But for us it's been great.
Well, you're also such a businesswoman. So it's a real
Yeah.
business. I mean, there's so many other businesses I feel like that
Yes.
we see on the shows where like that's not really going to work and it's like a pie in the sky idea. How did you get your
Sure.
business sense?
Oh gosh, it's time on task, learning, teaching myself, failing.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, um, just really, Mark and I have built our business completely together. Now, luckily, I don't know if you know this about him. He's a plastic surgeon, but he also was an investment banker at Bear Stearns in Manhattan before he went to medical school. So I think that that is a really big thing that helped us is having that financial background, and understanding the numbers.
I did not know that. That's the best of
Yeah,
every world.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's great because he had that business sense. And I helped run, other plastic surgeons' practices. I worked for another plastic surgeon for 10 years, I think, before I started working with Mark. So, I have that background of seeing kind of how it's done, but I think us together really figuring it out because the med spa space, I mean, that's fairly new when you look at the grand scheme of things and really boomed since COVID, since 2020.
Yes. Why was it so popular during COVID?
I think people couldn't travel, they had extra dollars, and they were like, oh, I'm going to spend it on myself. They were also looking at Zoom and looking at themselves a lot. So I think all those things combined was like a perfect storm. And I think a lot of med spas and businesses actually looked at those numbers and are like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to open my own place. Da, da, da. Well, it's 2025 now, and those numbers are not the same.
Yeah.
So I think that you've got to be smart about it in business, and you got to really kind of play the long game.
Yeah, you must be like, welcome to the jungle. This is what it's really like.
Yeah,
It's very similar, I feel like, to real estate. Like,
it,
you're like, it's not all joy,
I know
friends.
people are like, oh my god, I have a business, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna do Botox and all the things, and it's like, oh wait, I actually have to manage a company. I have to manage people. I have to run numbers. I have to have inventory. Like there's so much that goes into it.
Oh my God, the people. That's got to be the
Yeah.
hardest part. Like I used to
Yeah.
be in HR and it
Okay.
was
So you get it.
it's like babysitting. Like
Yeah.
people, it is shocking. And you work in
Shocking.
the medical industry, so it's like you are
Shocking.
working with intelligent people and it's still
Yes.
how do you deal with conflict like that?
You know what? I think Housewives taught me this, and also Mark is really pretty good at it. He's really good at it. You sit everybody down,
Yeah.
reunion style. You
Yes.
put them in a room, honey, like Housewives. You sit everybody there on the couch,
Yes.
and you have Mark sitting in Andy Cohen's seat or me, and I'm like, okay, she said this, you said this, go.
Yes, I love that. That is a show that we should have. Would you ever go back to reality TV? And if
Yeah,
so, you would?
I maybe depending.
Okay.
I don't think Housewives would work for me. Maybe some kind of different type of show. I
Would
don't
you
know.
ever do one featuring Lemmon Avenue?
That's tough. I've been asked that. It's kind of like you don't shit where you eat kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's my real career, my real business. So I think I had looked at doing that, and then I kind of thought about it, and I was like,
Yeah. Did you guys get a location fee from filming on the show?
no.
I,
Wait, obligation fee? Were you what they pay you extra? You mean no?
yeah, I've always wondered that. I'm like, what, I feel like you could capitalize on that, but Bravo would probably be against it anyways. But I've always wondered whenever
Yeah.
I see it.
Like if they like pay for locations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if they shoot somewhere, like you can get a location. Well, I don't know if you can when
Generally
you're a
not.
cast member. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Generally not. No, I mean usually no. I mean usually it's like people are like, you should be grateful we're filming at your business because it's exposure for you.
Yeah. Were you ever upset with something production asked you to do?
Well, I mean, sure. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, that's
I was always a school of thought of like, I have my own brain. I'm a smart girl. I am gonna think for myself.
And were you it feels like you were very much in it to, like, be on the show, but the show was not your end game, your goal, your
Correct.
entire life. So you probably felt like, "I have nothing like, worst comes to worst, this doesn't work out, I will move on with my life."
Oh, for sure. I knew it was a temporary thing. Like I went into it like this is a phase, right? You have different iterations of yourself and different moments in your life where you have different maybe career paths, or you're a mom, or you're married, you're single, there's all different things. I didn't think it was like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
So I went into it like, let's do this for a little bit, see how it goes. I mean, I was sad when I got fired. I hate failing at anything in life, and I felt like, oh, I failed at something, and I had tried. I really put my heart and soul into anything that I'm doing at the time. So I, that was hard, but it was meant to be, and it
Yeah, and I
worked
would
out
not
great,
just for the record,
and I
I
wouldn't
would
take it
not
back.
call it a failure by any means.
Right?
I mean,
No, I
first of
know.
all, like, you were a phenomenal housewife. You always kept it classy. Like, you
Thank
showed up
you.
and you were yourself, and you also had this incredible career that you were balancing. I mean, above all else, I think that was, like, so great for viewers to see that you can do so many different things.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important, and important for women, and just people to see, hey, this is real life.
Yes, yes.
And that was always very important to me. It's just like in medicine, I'm very, I don't want to say like, I'm just very structured, and like it has to be done above board, right? I need it to be perfect. And that's how I was even with Housewives. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to be authentic.
Yeah. So let's talk about real life. You've been a nurse for over 20 years. When did you get into the aesthetics world?
Gosh, okay. I went to Baylor undergrad, and then I went into the operating room internship there, and so I started in vascular and trauma surgery. I did that for a couple of years, and then I started working in plastic surgery, and went back to UCLA, got my first assist, and then and I've been injecting since like Botox became like an aesthetic brand.
Wow. So you've
So
seen
20 plus years. So I've seen like the evolution of everything.
Wow. Okay. So
from when,
how far have we come?
oh, I mean, it's insane. Like literally, my first plastic surgeon like handed me a bottle of Botox. He's like, "Figure this out." You know, it's
Oh my
probably
God.
because plastic surgeons are like, "Well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like this is just some phase or fad." And then you started like working with the products, and then they started realizing, oh my gosh, I mean, it went so fast in the last 10 years,
Yeah. And
just
when
the evolution.
there's so many different treatments and products out there, how do you guys at Lemmon Avenue decide this is what we're going to specialize in?
I really study it, and I really do my research and do my due diligence. And I think because I have so much experience with products, I know what is best.
Yeah. Who
Mhm.
volunteers to be the guinea pig?
I usually guinea pig everything on myself
Oh my
just to make
gosh.
sure. I mean, yeah. I
Have
mean,
you?
I want to know. I want to have the experience, right? I want to know, what do I tell my patients to expect?
That's what makes a good practitioner.
Hmm.
Working with Mark, how did that come about?
He was back when I was, wearing those scrubs that were out of the vending machine in the hospital. He was doing a lot of reconstruction, and I was a first assist. So I did a lot of microvascular surgery. It's, where you reattach like an artery and vein to do reconstruction. We'll
Yeah.
just say that.
Did you
So
think I didn't know what
I,
microvascular surgery
yeah,
is?
I know. Come on, like under a microscope, don't you do that every day?
Every
Um,
day.
and so you need like two surgeons or a surgeon and a first assist. And I like kind of was like scoping out in the doctor's lounge. I was like, okay, who does the most of these and who is a really good surgeon? And then everybody was like Deuber. And I was like, okay. So I started working with him. And, he's the cool thing is we've developed, everything like now he specializes in mobile deep plane facelift, which is so cool.
Yes.
And just the evolution of everything together, we've, worked toward all of these things.
Yes. Okay. I want to talk about facelifts. Facelifts used to be, if you would have said facelift 15 years ago, I'd be like, that's my grandma's surgery. Now, like
Yeah.
people, my friends are all considering it. So, am I correct in that it's becoming younger and younger?
Yeah, definitely it's becoming younger and younger. I think people are noticing and now seeing these amazing
Oh
results,
my
right?
God. Yes.
Um we've always done like the real plastic surgeons, the really good ones have always pretty much most of them do some version of a deep plane facelift, but the way he does his mobile deep plane facelift is just amazing because it's pulling the vectors in the correct direction. He's also doing hemostatic netting, which it you should see. I mean, everybody like their recovery is so much faster.
Really? So,
Yeah.
talk to me like I'm an idiot. When you
Okay.
put
I know.
is it like a netting in your face?
It's
Like, what is
actually
it?
just suture that like kind of bolsters the skin down. So when you open the face, right? We were talking about how we show our injectors all the different tissue planes of their face. Okay. So like when you open planes, you put them back together, you suture them down, but there could be like open space in there. So what he does is he sutures the space closed, and then those sutures come out after 2 days, but it just really helps the body to heal and get heal itself faster.
Wow. And
Does that make
also
sense?
gross. But yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm like the worst. I could never be in medicine. Like even when that first scene with you came out and it was
So
in the OR, I
cool.
was like, ugh. And then you didn't show anything. You showed a stomach. And I was still like, I can't see it. So I'm happy that you do it though, because
I
it
know,
makes
I
me feel
love
good
it.
that there are people out there that love this and have such an
Yeah,
incredible passion for it.
I
Okay.
know.
So
Yeah, but it's cool because it's nice because it's more accepted now, and I think people are really understanding it more
yes.
and researching it more.
Yes, it's becoming way more. I mean, it's so normative. It's not like, oh, you're so like, I don't know, fancy if you get plastic surgery. Like now it's like, okay, it's almost like part of your health regimen. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to ask you, Kris Kardashian, her
Hmm.
face, she has
Hmm.
taken back so many years. I
Hmm.
heard that her work, her doctor does
Mhm.
facelifts for $300,000. Is that the price of facelifts?
I mean, I think no.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
like, holy.
the, some there are like three or four guys that are doing that. I think that's high.
Yeah.
I think, it varies from practice to practice. Mark is definitely, not doing that, but I think that the people are getting some pushback on that too. I think those doctors are getting pushback because you know,
Well,
that's
I
not
did,
affordable. It's not reachable. That's not something that your average person can do, right?
yes. Or
Or just somebody who isn't a famous celebrity.
100%. And like,
Um,
where do we meet like medicine with greed? Like, that's
yeah, I think
tough.
there has to be a happy medium there, right?
Yeah.
I think $300,000 is crazy.
Yeah.
But I also think it has increased over time. But I need you again, it's not looking at the price, right? It's looking at the actual procedure and making sure they're doing it right and that kind of thing. And they're doing the moving the muscle and putting the tension on the muscle.
Yeah. So when someone's looking for a plastic surgeon, I know,
Mhm.
first of all, I know that people travel all the time to see you guys.
Yes.
What happens if you have surgery? Where do you recover? How does that whole process go? If, like, let's say, so I live in Florida. If I was going to fly to Dallas, how would that work?
So we actually, talk to you beforehand, do everything prior to via, Zoom, and then you come in and meet Dr. Duber before surgery also. And then we have actually an overnight room at our facility. We have our own operating rooms. We have two quad A state approved operating rooms in our facility plus an overnight room. And then we have a hotel that you go to right down the street right after that's beautiful that the Swexen's amazing and stay there. And then we see you in follow up. So at 2 days, Dr. Duber takes out the hemostatic netting.
Hmm.
And then I think at 5 or 6 days, he takes out, the sutures. And then patients can go home after about a week or so.
That
So
is a
you
quick
get like a little
recovery.
staycation at a nice,
Yes.
nice hotel right down the
Worth
street.
it.
And
Yes. And you
yeah,
don't have to like deal with family. Like, you're just there.
exactly.
It's a
Like
nice
our
vacation.
patients
You
are
get the
like, oh,
best
this is
present at the end.
amazing. It's like
Yeah.
a vacation.
Yes. With you get like the best present. Like, it's not like when you like I always liken it to like when you get tires. Like, tires aren't fun to get. Like, when you get plastic surgery, it's like you wake up and you're like, oh, I have like a new something I get to look at and appreciate every single day.
It's going to the spa and get like a VIP service, It's like
Yes.
for our patients that come in, we have a lot. I even have patients who fly in, for injectables. So, we definitely have a concierge service for all of our patients that fly in.
Yeah.
And you do want to look when you're looking for a surgeon, you want to look for a board certified plastic surgeon.
Hmm.
And somebody who I think deep plane facelift is definitely the way to go, and the mobile deep plane is fantastic.
Yeah, I loved what you guys said. I was watching some stuff about Levin Avenue about having comprehensive care. Can you tell me
Exactly.
about that?
Yeah, what I have found, it's hard to find medical providers that, I mean, care anymore. It's like you need everything all done with synergy. So my patients, Mark's patients will maybe have surgery with him and then they'll see people in our laser center and then they can see, have injectables all at Lemon and then everyone's talking to everyone. Everybody knows what everything is, what's being done, the correct order to do it. And it just makes your results better
So
because
good.
you're able to have everything done together
Yeah.
versus like hopping around. I feel like that's where people really get screwed up is, they start hopping providers because they're like, well, my dermatologist does this laser and then they come in and then they're like, well, this person does my Botox and then this person does my filler. And I'm like, we don't need to piecemeal all of this. Like your surgeon, your lasers, your injectables for your own, synergy and consistency should be in the same place.
That is such a smart model and it does make so much sense. Also, I'm sure your patients come in and they feel like it's like a home to them. Like, they're so
They
safe
do.
there.
It's fun. Like our patients come in. We love seeing our patients. Everybody comes in. It's like a little party, and
Oh my
in our
gosh.
rooms because we have 6 injectors and 2 laser providers and a plastic surgeon, and we actually have a doctor that's there. That's important too. And all this at Lemon under the same roof. And so like our patients come in, it's very much like family vibes, and everybody gets to know each other and our patients too. And I think they feel that, and that's really important. It's
Yes.
important to me.
Yes. And I
Mm.
love also, I know that you are so honest with your patients. So what happens when someone comes in, they're like, I want to blow up my lips, make my lips bigger. And you're like, that is not going to look very good on you. How do you deal with that?
Just say no.
Yeah.
Just say no. I say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be a good fit for you. But it very few times does that happen anymore,
Hmm.
because I think people, again, they know my vibe,
Yeah.
and I will be honest. I'm like, you know what? We need to dissolve, and we've got to start over,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm seeing now, because the industry, there were certain products that were being used in certain tissue planes that probably shouldn't have been years ago, and so filler is not a bad thing. Filler has just been misused because I think the cart got in front of the horse.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? And they're like big pharma, they're like, oh, they want to sell their product. Then I just put it here, put it here, put it here. But as an injector, you quickly figured out, or at least I hope so by now, what you need to be doing and where you need to be putting product. And so, a lot of times I'll be like, you know what, we're gonna start from scratch.
Yeah. So how long does it take to break down the filler, to dissolve?
Um, I use, it depends on what kind of product they had in their face. Sometimes one dissolving session is enough,
Yeah.
and I can get it done. And sometimes it's two, but I'm pretty good at figuring it out, knowing where it is. We also have an ultrasound that, I can look and actually see the product in their face if I need to. Generally I can feel it. I've been doing this so long, it's like,
Wow.
yeah. So
That is
it's cool. And we go in and we can actually fix that. And then, the nice thing too about the everything under one roof is that I don't have to, and our injectors don't have to feel like, injectables aren't everything. They're not surgery. And so at some point, like, people were like filling their faces to avoid having a facelift, like, so much.
yeah.
And like, we don't have to do that. We're like, you know what? You need to see Dr. Duber.
Yes. Yes. That makes
And then we'll
complete sense.
maintain you after with maybe some biostimulators or your neuromodulator, but you need to see him.
Is there an average age that people are getting facelifts?
It really depends on the patient. I would say, it's 50s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
50s probably in our practice.
Yeah. I feel like
I
just
mean, I'm
amongst people I
49
know.
and I'm like, okay, I'm hanging in.
Oh,
I
your
mean,
face looks
no, it
amazing.
does. It does. I agree with you. I think it looks amazing. But when it's time, I'm not going to like, just keep trying to overfill or anything. We'll just do a little.
Yes. Oh, trust me, I'm right there with you. I'm like, just leave it. Leave my marionette lines. I'll just do it with one time, one and
Well, I
done.
mean, and it's smart to, skincare, getting those lasers done, and, PDRN, which is the salmon sperm. We do a lot of that.
What is
And
that? You just said salmon sperm?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
Polynucleotides.
Tell me about salmon sperm. And I will only refer to it as salmon sperm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, people were right, I guess, when they said you need your sperm on your face, Um, it's literally the DNA from a salmon that we mesoneedle into your skin. And we actually use it in conjunction with lasers, or it can be used on its own, or with lasers, or with facelift, and for the scars and for the healing. So we have all of the kind of that new technology, and it really just helps with inflammation. It helps with texture, fine lines, and you can target it with peptides, um, help with scarring and healing
Wait, is
for
this an injectable
surgery.
or is this a cream?
No. So this is it's not a cream. You cannot inject it. You can use it topically, but you can mesoneedle it, which mesoneedling means it is not as deep as like microneedling, if that makes sense. You're
Yeah.
just getting it into the dermis of the skin.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
so
Yes.
so it's like kind of deep skincare. I mean, it's not something you can do at home,
Yeah.
but it's definitely you want a provider who knows what they're doing. There are people who are probably injecting it. We are not. It is not legal.
Wow. Okay. This
So
world
we
is
can,
so
it's insane.
like, it really is. Is there anything that's like coming up that's on the market that you're super excited about?
I mean, this is the PDRN I'm really excited about just for really great skin rejuvenation in, you know, with the surgery too. I think that that's really cool is just seeing because like Mark will do a facelift and then, you want to do the lasers too and like the PDRN and like taking care of the skin also.
Yeah.
So it's like a balance and just having all the knowledge we can have, for our team.
Yeah, you touched on this a little bit before. I know that you also have skincare at Lemmon Avenue. If you take good enough care of your skin, will you be able to delay the need for surgery or injectables, or is it like really up to genetics?
It's genetics,
Hmm.
I mean, I think you can do you'll definitely look better if you take care of your skin. I mean, 100%, right? But I think genetics, especially like think about eyelid surgery. Mark does a lot of blepharoplasty in combination alone or standalone or in combination with facelift. And some people like I had a bleph at 44.
Yeah.
I had my upper eyes done because I just genetically had a lower set brow. A lot of models have lower set brows. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or,
Hmm.
I wasn't ugly. I'm still not.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? But I had hooding,
Yeah.
and I had just extra skin on my upper eyes, and that's genetic.
Carrie, I have to tell you, when I turned 40, there are two words that I hear constantly now: perimenopause and bleph. And I'm like, what the fuck is a bleph? And like,
Blah.
you
I
just
know.
really explained it. I was like, the
That's so
world is
funny.
getting
Nobody,
blephs.
nobody 20 years ago, besides me, knew. Besides anybody in the world of plastic surgery, knew what a bleph was.
Yes, and now it's like common. It's so crazy how all of this
It's
stuff catches up.
crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like getting injectables now is like getting a haircut. Like I feel like it used to
Totally.
be such a big thing. What age should people start, or what is like the minimum age that you would work on
For
someone?
injectables,
Yeah,
again, depends on the person. Like
yeah,
I will have patients who will come in who are, early 20s and they actually do need preventative neuromodulators. So Botox, Xeomin, Daxi, all the things. I use all different even Latibo, which is new from Korea. Um, different neuromodulators to, help with these lines because they just have naturally deep lines, and that could be because they have a low set brow.
yeah.
That could be, because they're trying to see because they have lower, there's multiple reasons.
Hmm.
And then there's, some people who don't need it until they're 30. So it really depends.
Yeah. Is early prevention a thing?
It definitely is. It
Okay.
definitely is, especially if you have, like just the genetic predisposition.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
working in this field, constantly looking at faces, I mean,
Hmm.
you're gorgeous. You always have been. Do you
Thank
feel
you.
this pressure to look perfect all the time?
I don't. I just I really don't. I know that's weird. I don't know. I think I avoid mirrors. No. I I I really just feel like I don't have that. I definitely have a pressure, I think, to stay looking natural.
Yes.
I just
Amen
think
to
so
that.
many, and this isn't even just from being an injector, but like as a plastic surgeon's wife. I mean, don't you see those plastic surgeons' wives and you're like, oh my God,
Yes.
like what did he do to her?
Yes. I could think of like six off
I mean,
like my TV screen.
yeah, like slow your roll, less
Yes.
is more, and like just doing it the right way. Like
Yes.
I'm gonna have an amazing, you know, deep blend facelift, mobile deep blend facelift by my husband when I'm ready,
Yes.
and just
Well, it's
do
like
the
you
right
live in
thing.
a candy store, but it's like you're not going to eat all the
But I don't.
candy.
Yeah, I mean, I love candy, and I will have a piece here and there,
Yes.
and but not to where I have to be on a GLP-1.
Yeah. Right. Right. So
Which
true.
is something else people like all are, all the rage. So
Yes. It's
crazy.
so nuts how medicine has become this way. Like, do you ever think
I know.
about that? You're like,
Yes. all
like,
the time.
yeah, like my training is being a nurse, but like people are misusing this stuff and like
Yeah.
they used to
Makes
have,
me crazy.
are
I
Botox
mean,
parties still a thing?
I think they finally passed a law, but who knows? People are probably still doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me nuts because it aesthetic medicine, it is medicine.
Mhm.
These are drugs. These are medications. These are surgeries. It's just it it's gotten to the point where it's just like, oh, like you said, oh, it's like getting my hair done.
Yep.
But it's like you've got to have, it still is medicine. You need to have somebody who really knows what they're doing, people who have a lot of training because
Yeah.
it's scary. It makes me nuts. It's like if you have high blood pressure, aren't you going to want to treat that, by somebody who knows what they're doing and have that monitored, right?
Yes. You really need that
They're the same thing.
specialist for sure.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So good. Ugh, I love it so
Mhm.
much. I also love the name Lemmon Avenue. I know that it's a street in Dallas, but
Yeah,
like,
it is.
what a nice name. It's so good.
Thank you. I know. And I love like the yellow pop of color. It's
Ugh,
fun.
so fun. So, working with Mark, being married to Mark, doing so much with Mark, how do you guys make it work?
It's a lot of time together. Well, luckily I like him
Yes.
and he likes me. That's a start. Because we've known each other a long time. So I think we're very lucky. I think we
Yeah.
found the right people and we
Yes.
we have built all this together. And so I think it's good. I mean, there's hard days though, running a business with your significant other is tough.
Yeah. How do you guys get through disagreements and do you avoid bringing it home?
I mean, we try to avoid bringing it home, but some days it comes home, and
Yeah.
generally it's not. We love our patients. I think that's the highlight of our day for him and I. He
Yeah.
loves operating, loves it. I love injecting. Like that's, you know, the best part. I think, the business aspect. That's why I shout out to all those people who just run businesses. At least I get to like have the art. We both get to have the art behind it.
Yeah.
And we work hard, play hard. We're going to Europe next week.
You guys
So
travel everywhere. Like your life looks fabulous. I know it's like genuinely that way. It's incredible.
thank you.
On that note, I do
It's
have to
fun.
ask a question. I
Yeah.
heard you say that you guys have sex every single day.
Yeah.
Cary Deuber, do not put
I
that out into
know.
the world. Like, oh my God, the
I'm
rest of us,
sorry.
shh, my husband shall never hear that. Like, how do you do that?
I know. You know what? I feel like it's weird because it's a psychological thing. I think like women were like, I don't know if I want to do it every day. But if you actually let yourself do it every day and
Yeah,
enjoy it
it's
as a woman,
amazing.
I think if you switch the mindset on that,
Okay, okay, that's very good advice because you guys do.
think of it for yourself.
Yeah, like you.
Be greedy for you.
Yes. Okay. I like that. I like that. Women everywhere, listen to that because that
I'm
is, I
serious.
mean, that is like goals and
Enjoy it.
also, yes. Okay. I'm taking that to the bank. Weird pivot. I want to ask about Zuri, your daughter. How old is she now?
Oh my gosh, she's 12.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So how's 12
Yes.
going?
It's going. It's going.
Yeah.
She's big into cheerleading and she goes to a really academic school, so she kind of gets the best of both worlds there. She was just at camp for a couple of weeks and she's going again to camp in Switzerland. So in two weeks, I think.
That's so amazing. I love
Yeah.
that. Does she have family?
Yeah.
Do you have family still in Switzerland?
We don't, but I have naturalized. I'm a Swiss citizen now. So ich bin
What a
Schweizerin, nicht wahr?
flex. That's
Yeah, I had to
amazing.
learn German and take a test, and it took like 3 years.
You had to
Um,
learn German?
yeah,
How,
yeah.
in your copious amounts of spare time? Like, when did you
I
do
know.
that?
I know. I had to take a oral test in High German about all of the things in Switzerland, about the government, the churches, the education system. I know more about Switzerland than I do the United States for sure. How the government
Wow.
works. It's very interesting, but yeah, it was a lot of work.
Carrie, you're
Mark is Swiss. He was born in Zurich, but even though he was born there, his dad was Swiss. So you get it through your family. So
yeah.
our daughter's Swiss, and so she gets to go to camp there and enjoys it.
That's amazing. How do you deal with body image and discussions like that with her?
I think I'm always just so open and honest, and she knows she can come to me and chat with me about anything. And we talk about how everybody is beautiful in their way, right?
Yep.
And she's so positive about that. It's been, because I'll have patients who are like, oh, I don't want my kids to know. Da, da, da. I'm like, I think if you have like honest conversations with them, and I think she understands like this is our career, this is what we do, but I think she knows that it's very I mean, everybody looks very natural, and it's just something they do if it makes helps them feel better about themselves.
Yes, I love that.
Confidence is everything, you know?
Yeah, that's such a good message, and I don't think people should hide it. Like, it's please, it's nothing big.
Yeah.
Do you hide your haircuts? Like, no. Like, this is
Right.
why
No,
is
she's actually I have one today. She's actually going with me.
yes, good. Good, no hiding the
She'll come out.
haircuts.
Zuri will come to Lemmon Avenue, and sometimes my patients will get the joy of her. She'll come in and she'll put gloves on, and she calls it like blood blotting. She has like this job that she has made, like when she was a little kid, when she was like little, and she would just put on gloves and like blot with a little gauze.
I
It's
love it.
she,
She could be my blotter any day. I love that.
I
That's
know, right?
so cute.
But now
Just
she's moved up to charting.
oh,
She'll help chart, and but I mean, she's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna make her work.
yeah,
She's
100%. I mean,
16.
her parents run an amazing business. Why not?
Yeah, she's gonna have a after school or at least summer job at Lemon.
Yes. Has she ever seen Real Housewives of Dallas?
I don't know. I don't think so, but
Yeah,
you don't know exactly what they see probably on YouTube, that kind of
true.
thing. But it's not like I sat down with her and was like, "Hey, let's watch this together."
Yes. Does she remember that time at all? I know she was so little.
A little bit. She does. She remembers cameras, and remembers people being in the house, but
Very
that's about
cool.
it. And but her and I do stuff together, like social media stuff, because she's good at it.
Oh my gosh,
She's
they're so much better
she's
than us. It's
so much better. I'm like,
bananas.
how do you turn this on?
No, and we'll never catch up. I'm like, I still can't
No.
silence my phone. So I have to ask producer Ben to silence my phone before every show. So I'm like, how, which button? So yeah, I'm
I'm like,
totally with
Julie,
that.
you fix it. She's like, just give me the password. I'll figure it out.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
You're like, teach a man to fish though, Zuri, please.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Oh, I love it. And summer sounds so much fun. So,
Yeah.
what is next for you and for Lemmon Avenue? What's coming up?
I mean, we've just been really, really blessed and busy, which is great. So just continuing on the surgery journey and our patients, and looking forward to all of that. I think just really leaning into. I mean, Mark has just gotten so busy with facelifts, so that's great. So he's really going in that direction, and I'm continuing to inject, work on profile balancing, biostimulators, and just keeping everybody natural, beautiful.
I love that. If someone wants to come out and see you guys in Dallas, can they do that? Can they just make a call and
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a concierge that can set all of that up for you, and our patients, we have a lot that fly in, and
yes.
they really enjoy it and love coming here.
And you don't
So
have to be a celebrity to do it. You could be
no, I mean, we have both, right? But we have I have one patient, she flies in to see me from Ohio
amazing. I love that.
for injectables. Yeah.
Smart
Yeah. I mean,
lady.
so I have like Midwest, California, LA, New York, like everywhere, everywhere. So
Yes.
it's like a fun melting pot. I think it's nice because Dallas is very central.
Yes. And one thing that's never touched on, men too. Men
Oh,
too
I,
need this
I have
work.
a lot of male patients. A
Yes.
lot.
Yes. I feel like it's just not publicized as much, but yes, men
A
like
ton of bro talks.
yes,
And
yes.
and Mark does facelifts on men, and like upper bluffs.
Yes, and there's
A
nothing
lot.
more I feel like men need really good facelifts because there's a few older
Uh-huh.
celebrities that I could, like, name right off the top of
Oh,
my head that I'm like,
it is bad, girl.
that was bad." I feel oh, yes, yes, one particular
Yeah.
that I'm like, "No, no, I'm so
Yeah,
sad."
no.
Yeah.
It has to be like undetectable.
100%. Watch those ears for sure.
Oh gosh. Those
Yes.
saggy ears.
Oh
You're
my
like, oh
gosh.
Lord.
Yeah, it's
I
aging
know.
is a crazy thing. So before
It
we
is.
wrap, I would love if we could play a game.
Yeah.
So in my little jar, I have questions. They vary from
Right.
hopes and dreams, future aspirations, different things. You have the right to pass on the first question, and I also pass on the first question if I don't like it as well. And are you ready to play?
Yeah. Let's go.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's in here. Okay. The question is, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think the best advice is just to stay in your own lane
Nice.
and just really like don't look up. Like just keep going and doing your own thing and don't look at what everybody else is doing.
That's such good advice and applicable to so many things. Cary, thank you so much for being here. Where can people find
Yeah,
Lemmon
sure.
Avenue? Where can they find you?
Cary Deuber, it's CaryDeuber, on Instagram and Lemon Avenue, Lemmon, so it's two M's, and Dr. Mark Duber on Instagram, and you can just find us all there on the gram.
Yes, go get your face lifted. Thank you
Yes.
so much for being here. And thank you all for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Shut Up, Tell Me More. You can find us on Instagram at Shut Up, Tell Me More. Remember to subscribe to the podcast. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, go to the show page and click the follow plus sign. If you listen on Spotify, click the follow button. You can also find us on YouTube. You'll automatically receive new episodes as they come out, as well as updates. Doing this also helps me algorithm land, so thanks in advance. Lastly, give me a 5-star review, and I'll be so grateful. See you in the next one.